Hello guys. So today I'm going to be making a video about hero play. I'm going to be basically touching on a lot of the aspects of hero play, which some things I will actually go into more detail in future videos, but here I'm just basically going to talk about it. And this video is mainly going to be geared towards like a lot of medium, especially heavy armor classes that have a lot of CC. A lot of light armor classes don't have AoE CC very well, so this video is not geared towards. Following off of the previous video, basically any form of CC that's like a concuss or flay or any type of CC that's stronger than that are able to interrupt cav. So this is very important because heroes are very important in stopping cav, as most units are unable to do so by themselves unless it's like a pike that can brace. So your hero is very important in helping to keep your own unit alive. You can also use your hero similarly. You can use your hero to dive for Cav as well. Most Cav is unable to get away if you're able to get a good stun on them. Important part, however, is that you have to make sure that your team is nearby to help you support. Because oftentimes, even if you're diving Cav, usually Cav is tanky enough that you as a lone hero is unable to kill the whole unit. Hero playing against infantry is mainly a very important thing, especially if you're like out of units or you can't get a unit. And the importance of this is that you need to help your team CC enemy units. This is sounds like a really simple thing to do, but not many people end up doing it. This is very good for you because you would do lots of damage, you would CC enemy units. This is very important to help your team win because oftentimes there's that saying that people quote unquote are watching, and that is not very good. The essence of hero play lies in the numbers, yellow numbers specifically. Because of your hero being very agile and you're able to get behind enemy units, it is important that you see the yellow numbers on your screen. Generally speaking, if you're hitting them with CC, the more yellow numbers you see, the better you're doing. This is this is legit like a guideline to see if you're doing good with your hero play or not. When you're diving to backline of enemy units, you always want to start with like the auto attack or right click. So this basically lets you get an extra instance of CC and damage before you dismount. This is very important to do every time because this is quite helpful in helping you deal extra damage and extra CC. Oftentimes when you're like on cooldown, you just want to walk around and use your heal. Never have like a moment where you're staying still or just like watching the fight happen. It's important to always make sure that your heroes like looking out for your ally heroes or at least doing something productive. In fact, hero play is also a good way for you to get unit kills. So hey, sometimes if you really are out of units and stuff, you can literally just dive in and get unit kills this way, as long as you're not making like a really stupid decision and getting CC'd right off the bat. When you're diving specialty units, you want to always make sure you're confusing the enemy. I will go into like a lot of detail about this in a separate video on how to dive a specific unit. But basically, the important thing about diving specialty units is not the specialties themselves, but the heroes near them. If you're able to interrupt a hero near them, you usually get free access to the specialty that you're defending. However, sometimes if you're able to get good opportunities, always look to dive specialty. Most specialties such as coconuts, falcons, flamers, shenjis, those units are able to change the course of a team fight. So if you're able to get them for free, make sure that you always take the opportunity. Don't let them kill your team. Any class is able to die for specialty. The reason why some people like certain raid classes is to specifically focus on specialty. That is fine as well. But as you can see, this man's actually just too good. What can we say? Look for opportunities to help your teammate if they're getting caught. Sometimes you might die for this, but oftentimes, like 9 out of 10, if you're able to interrupt a enemy's ability, your teammate gets out alive. So make sure to always keep that in mind. When you're defending specialty, sometimes it is important to just keep the specialty alive. It's okay to blow your abilities and stop the enemy heroes as long as you're able to keep the ally specialty. The important thing about defending specialty units is very simple. Literally just sit on it. Like if you just sit on a specialty, people will come for it. There is no exception. And also that reduces the damage splitting that enemy heroes do to the specialty. So that's like a really good way to defend them as well. In a sense, you want to imagine that you're playing Orator with the specialty. Basically, the specialty will all have their own different agendas and where they want to go and stuff like that. So you just want to basically follow their tempo and basically take a look at where they're trying to go. Oftentimes, specialty players will give you some nasty surprises with your movement, so this will have to get some used to because sometimes the specialty players will be running across the map and so you look away for like 5 seconds and you're like, oh, where did the specialty go? Sometimes it is okay to die as long as you're making good value. So here to get the push started, I kind of into my unit and send my hero into it as well. As long as you're able to get lots of good value, then it's worth it. This is why sometimes that some people are really annoyed when certain teammates have 0 deaths because the first death has a short cooldown and basically if like say every push like 2 or 3 heroes jump injured, you just CC a lot. It can help your team a lot in the long run because just going deep injured gets you the most numbers. That said, this is basically my video. I am going to be making more specific videos about hero play later on, such as unit diving, things like that. And thank you Shudascav, Payan, and Inconclusive Alex for helping me make some of the clips. The important thing about hero play is that it realistically just comes down to your confidence. So tell yourself that, hey, I can make these plays. So just go get in there and test your limits.